and welcome to World of Tanks with trapsuutjies. There's a lot of videos around about when to shoot, how to use a penetration, your accuracy, your aim time, all of that. I'm going to talk about not shooting. So today's video focuses on this very good spotter, Hunde anleinen or anleinen. I think it means dogs online or also dogs on a leash, not very sure. My German isn't very hot. And he's going to, for brevity's sake, I'm just going to call him Hunde. He's going to show us how not to shoot. So he's going to do some active spotting. Before the game starts, he mentions this in chat to his allies. And then he moves up, does some spotting, and moves away without trying to shoot. Which is very important. If you stop and try to take shots, you expose yourself to get shot. So it's very, very dangerous, very risky. And a light tank, especially a bottom tier light tank's gun, isn't useful enough to actually make much of a difference right at the start. It's much more useful later on in the game when you have low hit point enemies and or artillery that's been exposed, and you can finish someone off in a clip or less than a clip, because usually you've got at least one that misses or hits the dirt or doesn't penetrate and bounces. So you can't bargain on penetrating all 4 of your shells in the AMX 12T. You have to bargain on at least one not penetrating. So for all intents and purposes, you've got around 400 damage to do, and even an enemy AMX 12T has more than 400 hit points. So it's not advisable to straight off the bat start shooting, because you're going to throw away your life without actually getting any kills for it. Right, so we're already in this first 2 minutes of the game. We're up to 3,500 spotting damage, and then Hunde unleashes his first shell, which goes into the dirt, but he does not stop to try to aim. Once again, a very wise decision. He has taken a hit and he has taken damage to his fuel tanks, but for the game he's playing, with the active spotting that he's doing, it's much more important to have your repair kit in reserve for in case you get tracked, rather than burning it hoping that you're not going to set fire with the next shot you receive. Alternatively, you could use your repair kit to repair your fuel tank and then fall back waiting for the cooldown for your repair kit. Either way, he's doing a very good job at making the information available to his team. So his team knows that where the enemies are and what they're doing, more or less, because he's constantly spotting them, and he's never stopping long enough for the enemies to really take aim and do damage to him. So the opposite number, AMX 12T, is doing very much the same thing as he is. The difference is, however, that it seems that the enemy has not used their scout as wisely as the allies have. So you see 8 kills for Hunde's team and only 1 for the opposite team. And then Hunde fires his second shell and it goes home into the AMX 12T, and he decides wisely to reload. Having only 2 shells left is probably not enough to take care of the 12T. If you go back to my earlier theory of one of your shells will probably not penetrate. So 2 shells are not a safe bet for even a 158 point enemy 12T. It's much safer to reload and have all 4 shells in reserve and available to fire. Right, so Hunde changes strategy, knowing that there's only 5 enemy tanks alive and he knows more or less where they all are. He can move up and provide new vision to his team. Also flanking the heavies, well, heavy and medium to his left, will either draw their attention away or allow him to do damage without providing them an opportunity to hit back, which is a very good plan. So even if you can only turn the enemies to face him and get their attention away from the IS and the VK up on the hill, he'll already be doing a good job for his team. And there you see the friendly Tiger 1 He's congratulating or thanking Hunde for doing a good job at spotting. Now, he hasn't done a lot of damage himself, up to 613 now, which is the total for the game. But because of the information he provided to the team and the spotting damage he provided to them, he actually had a very good match. Let's have a look at the post-game stats. So you'll see he's gotten an ace tanker, spotter, fire for effect. Surprising because he didn't fire a lot of shells. Scout medal for spotting at least 9, in this case 11 enemies. And patrol duty for being the only spotter on at least 5 different enemies at the time when they were taking damage. And we'll look at the team details first. You'll see he's number 1 on experience with a whopping 1,126, only 613 damage, but spotting damage in excess of 4,000. So you'll see he's by far number 1 on XP. Even the IS with over 2,000 damage didn't get close to his experience. And on the personal details, you'll see he's not running a premium account, but still makes a profit of 20,000, with first victory of the day bonus giving him a tidy 2,252 experience and 112 free experience, with just over 4,000 spotting damage, 11 spots as mentioned before, and of his 7 shots fired, 5 hit and penetrated, so a very good percentage there. Not quite enough damage to consider something like Tank Sniper. Congratulations Hunde, and thank you for uploading your game onto What Replays, and thank you for watching.